That is a lot of it. Oh my God, they're sandwich. What do you call? I don't know what those are called. Sandwich
cookies.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I want to. Oh, I'm thinking of ice cream sandwiches, but they're not ice cream.
No.
What spurred the idea for this?
I was looking in the pantry and there was this jar of frosting that was gonna expire soon. And I thought, I got this recipe for cake mix cookies that a student had given me when I was teaching.
Yeah.
And I'd asked your mom to get some red velvet because cream cheese and red velvet. But she said that they didn't have any and there were people in the store asking about it. So there's no red velvet to be found. So I asked for, she showed me what there was. And I was like, let's go with this. But then she's like, she found the second choice I had, which was spice cake. Because I thought that would go good with cream cheese. And that's what she had.
That sounds amazing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I just finished up recording some Garage. I look like I'm ready for bed. It's because I went my whole day. I had to take care of other stuff. This is a few days after the fact. I finished December 5th. It was really hard. I've been working on it for a while. There was over 100 minutes of footage in that vlog, and I got it under 13, and it's nice and snappy, and it looks good, and I was happy with what I shot, but it took forever to edit. Anyway, I spent a lot of my day on that, and then I got a shower, which explains this, and then I did Garage. I try not to do Garage or before Garage Mario, even being on stream. I try to, if I'm going to be doing something, I try to get a shower and shave and make myself as presentable as Stephen George can. There are other people that I think are a little more prim and proper than myself, but for me, this is pretty good. So that's what I tried to do. But I took care of that, and that takes us through the end of the year. Coincidentally, it's kind of weird. The last Friday of the year is the last day of the year, and it's the 100th episode of Garage, which is strange. I also don't think I acknowledge in the recording that it's the 100th episode. I acknowledge that it's the end of the year, but I don't acknowledge that it's the 100th episode. But yeah, it's the 100th episode, so it's kind of neat that it naturally just fell on that. It was not planned, but cool. So yesterday, we were excited because we knew that today, Mal was going to be going to her local physician to get a checkup, basically, to find out if she was doing all right.
It's part of the requirement of my surgeon that I see a local doctor. It didn't have to be her. It could have been any gynecologist.
Sure.
But I already have, I'm a patient with her already.
Yeah. So that was what happened today, and you might be like, well, that's weird that you normally talk about these things right after they happen. You waited till the end of the day. Yeah, short version, kind of left a bad taste in Mal's mouth, and she's been a little upset today as a result, which, when we explain the story, you probably understand. And we've kind of needed the day to just feel better, which honestly might be one of the reasons you made cookies. Yeah.
I mean, I had been planning this yesterday, but then we did spaghetti instead, so...
Yes. What shall we have for dinner? Spaghetti or cookies?
Spaghetti takes a bit more because you have, the sauce pot, the noodle pot, and then if you do meat sauce, you have to also brown ground beef.
I mean, yeah.
And that was a lot.
Sure.
So
anyway, Mal went to her appointment, and as a reminder, coming back to the beginning of this whole endo thing, or when we started talking to all of you about the endo thing, this doctor that Mal saw today has been her doctor for a while and was one of the first people that kind of minimized Mal's experiences by saying, is it really worth looking into this? Because the amount of endo that you could have in you could be a speck, and actually took the point of a pen and put it on paper and said, it could be this big, it could be nothing. Of course, as we then learned, it turned out to be very much something, with Mal being at stage 4 endo, and it was really bad.
Multiple specs.
Yeah, there was more than one speck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to take it from here?
Anyway, so I had to go see her just to make sure because, as you know, after a hysterectomy, I had to have that checked.
Yeah.
And she said I was healing up well. And she, like, manipulated my abdomen. And I'm super sore from that. I'm not super thrilled she did that. I didn't know if it was necessary, but it really hurt. But then she kept saying how, she could have done the hysterectomy. As if I should have had the endosurgery and then had a second surgery with her. And I was like, it was a surprise to me too, I didn't think I was going to end up with a hysterectomy. And she was a little defensive and quite condescending, and it was not a good experience. But she even said, she's like, yeah, you don't really need to see me anymore.
Yeah.
Because, most of the things that she, as a OBGYN, deals with are gone. So I don't have to see her again.
It's not great. It's not a great experience. Mao, I mean, like the best case scenario, right, would have been that, and what Mao had really hoped for was for it to be a learning experience. Not to go in there and yell at her, but to be like, hey, you were wrong, and this is a situation where if someone else comes in here, these are things that you got to keep in mind because Mao was lucky.
She was defensive right off the bat. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. And I started the appointment happy, in a good mood, bubbly. I'm feeling great. How are you doing? Had a good holiday so far, getting into the holidays. And it quickly went downhill.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. There was more people in there than there should have been. Like, when Mao arrived, there was other women arriving for the exact same time and were signing in at the exact same time, and it kind of felt like there was a scheduling problem. So, maybe she was stressed because she was like, what the heck is going on? Why are all these people coming? So, again, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it just sucks. It just really sucks because this was an opportunity that Mao was hoping to have a conversation and be like, hey, things were bad, and I want to try and, help educate. So, next time something like this happens, it might be worth looking into because, again, continued to be untreated. Like, Mao could have gotten in a really bad spot.
yeah, I think...
As if you weren't already, So...
I think the thing that hurt the most was the last time I saw her was back in March because I had to have my Mirena removed to have surgery. My surgeon wanted that done ahead of time. And I told her, I was like, I found this really awesome doctor in Atlanta. And she begged me. She was like, let me do your post-op. You're not going to want to go back to Atlanta. Bring photos. I'm super excited for you. And the dismissive attitude today, I think, just really stung because of that last appointment back in March.
Yeah. But you don't have to see her again.
No.
So, it's one of those things, it sucks. And Mao's downplaying it a little bit. Mao's been pretty upset today. But it's over.
Yeah.
And even if things did not work out very well with her and you weren't able to educate her, the goal of being able to share this entire story on the web is that other folks can benefit from it. So I'm sincerely hoping that it does.
I posted on Instagram.
You posted on Instagram?
Yeah, because I wanted to do that, regardless of how today went. And you just need to advocate for yourself. And if your doctor can't help you, you need to find one that can because they need to listen to you and really hear what you're saying and not just brush you off and assume they know because they don't always know. They just assume they're hearing what you're saying and you're saying something totally different.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway.
You want a cookie?
I do. Congrats on 6 weeks, though.
Thank you.
Mal's been in a lot of pain today because she got her abdomen pushed, but hopefully you'll feel better within another day or two. I do want a cookie so badly.
Some
you
of
have
them
no
have
idea.
a little extra frosting.
That's never been a problem. Which one do I eat?
These two have a lot, I noticed, and maybe this one. I'm gonna eat the half one because there was an odd one.
I'm gonna eat it over the sink, as is tradition for my family. Spice cookie was a good That was a good choice, Mel.
The frosting is expiring in like 2 months. And I was trying to think of what went good with cream cheese.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I like that. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Let's be back tomorrow. Shall we? This is really good.